Alright, you guys, we're going to do Rockwell. We are not going to do the one from the book. We're going to do a different one. I really like this project because for several reasons. One, we're going to use carbon paper, which is a fun trick to kind of copy something you like and then make it your own. We are going to do his painting of the problem we all live with. And it's supposed to bring about emotion. It's supposed to make you feel something. And that really is the intention of art anyway, is to make a change and cause you to feel things and see things in a new light. So I think that this project is valuable and I hope you guys like it and it's not too difficult. But anyway, we have a few different steps to do. I'm going to start my 20-minute timer and then explain them as we go. So you have a few different materials. You have watercolor paper, you have a printout, and you have the carbon paper. When you look at the carbon paper, there's two sides. One, you're going to be able to tell up close, one clearly has the ink on it and one does not. So you want to put the ink side down on your paper because that you're essentially going to transfer the ink to your project. Then we're going to take this printout and put it on top. I'm noticing that mine is not the exact same size. That's okay, so we can make up the rest. You are kind of drawing blind here. If you move your paper at all, it will really mess things up. So I would suggest a couple pieces of painter's tape to keep this all in line. Very carefully press it down and put the tape over where you're not going to be drawing on both sides. If you make indents with your fingers, you're going to transfer the ink. So you want to tell the kids to be careful and use the soft parts of their hands and not their nails. So then you're going to take a pencil and you're going to trace all the black lines that you see here. And tell your kids to press as hard as they can. You really want to press hard.
That's not it. I don't mind. Sometimes I do.
That's not what I asked. You don't like him doing things with this stuff.
Okay, so that took me about 5 minutes. So that might, you might need to budget a little more time than that for your kids. I'm super fast, but now we get to do the big reveal. Carbon paper is one time use, you're just gonna throw that away. I'm gonna throw the top part away too. And so you can see that I got most of it, but I definitely missed a couple things, and I also have edges to my paper, so I can take my pencil and look at either the drawing or the painting or just use my imagination to maybe color in a little more of the detail that I missed with the carbon paper. Okay, pretty happy with that. Let's come up here. I actually thought I was happy with it, thought it was in there. Okay. Might make these guys too weirdly tall. Oh well. I would probably tell the kids not to worry about copying this. That's going to be really hard to paint. It doesn't really matter, but if they can, if they're done and they want to. But again, with time. So now we're going to watercolor. Just like we did with the watercolor before, we can use the brush that's in here. These are good brushes. And then you want to make your pan just nice and juicy to start with. So get your paints wet. We're going to use black, brown. You might use a little purple. Probably, I don't see any blues or greens. Well, actually green in the suits. So I'm going to get my green juicy, my yellow, which is almost out. Apparently I like yellow. Some orange and red. Okay, and you're just gonna mix colors right in your lid and paint away. I'm going to switch to a bigger brush for the background so that I can cover more area since I'm basically out of time. I'm going to get it wet first so that the color just kind of bleeds and spreads. There's my timer. That was 20 minutes. So this is definitely going to be a hard one to finish in the allotted time. I didn't get any tan over here, so I'm going to finish that really quick because that looks just super weird. One thing you're going to want to not forget at the very end, after your background has had just a smidge to dry, or maybe not even, maybe the wet will even be better. You want to get this tomato splat. Definitely an interesting talking point. Why are people throwing fruit at her? Kind of terrible. So I'm going to take some red, mix it with this brown that I've got going on. And then it looks like it's about here. I'll just kind of make my squishy tomato blob. And then it's up here where it's splatted and kind of fell on the wall here and then kind of went down a little. So I'm going to take that really bright one and then add some water so that it kind of bleeds out. And then dab it. That's what it just looks like. Oops, I just ruined my tomato. Sorry, tomato. There we go. So this is my almost completed in 20 minutes Ruby Bridges Rockwell painting. So good luck.